Gaming Bolt presents 15 buggiest games ever released. Bugs have always been an interest, both positive and negative, in the gaming industry. Whether they make us laugh or scream out in anger because you just can't enjoy that hotly anticipated sequel in peace, bugs will always be around, long after the apocalypse has claimed all humanity. Let's take a look at the 15 buggiest games ever released, ranging from the downright awful and unplayable to this should be another circle of hell. Superman 64. You haven't played a terrible video game until you've played Superman 64, a Nintendo 64 release from Titus Software which successfully ensured no future Superman games would ever be made. From the massive amounts of clipping to horrible frame rate to pathetic AI, abysmal collision detection, and other frequent bugs, Superman 64 is a tribute to the lowest lows that video games can sink. Battlefield 4. It's a testament to how much DICE has improved with its multiplayer launch of Star Wars Battlefront. This is because the company released Battlefield 4's multiplayer in a state so bugged that it was still being patched a year later. The game has since found its legs and actually offers an enjoyable competitive PvP experience. However, Battlefield 4 is one of the two big reasons that game developers delay their AAA titles these days. Assassin's Creed Unity. The second big reason for AAA game delays is Assassin's Creed Unity. This highly anticipated, current-gen exclusive Assassin's Creed title was full of bugs from the outset. Missing textures and faces, copy-pasted crowds, floating NPCs, non-functional co-op matchmaking, constant frame rate tanks, and other random bugs cemented Unity as one of the worst launches of all time. Batman Arkham Knight on PC. Batman Arkham Knight on consoles was a joy to behold. Batman Arkham Knight on PC, however, seemed like a giant misstep. Purportedly cobbled together in a few weeks with suboptimal manpower, the PC port of the epic conclusion to the Arkham trilogy just wasn't good. PC users reported frequent crashes, constant frame rate issues even on high-end hardware, and other glitches. Eventually, Warner Bros. Pulled the game from retail, re-releasing it 4 months later. Daikatana. Hype and millions of dollars does not make a great game. John Romero, one of the creative visions behind Doom, knows that better than anyone thanks to Daikatana. The sci-fi FPS was supposed to be the next big thing in shooters. Instead, it was an epic mess plagued by game-breaking glitches and AI. Halo, the Master Chief Collection. Quick question, how do you get on the bad side of millions of faithful Halo fans? Release a collection of Halo 1 to 4, compile the multiplayer into one big component, and then make sure none of it works at launch day. It's quite the ingenious formula, especially if you hate life and public backlash. Halo the Master Chief Collection shipped with a ton of bugs across all of its different games, but was best known for its excruciatingly long matchmaking times that made it almost impossible to find a game at times. Fallout 3/Fallout New Vegas. On the one hand, we have fond memories of Fallout 3 in New Vegas. On the other hand, Bethesda seemingly scoured the galaxy in search of new bugs to throw in. Crashes, freezes, stuttering, physics glitches, flying death claws, body part stretching, follower glitches, being referred to in the wrong gender, Pip-Boy bugs, and much more adorn these titles. Let's not forget quest bugs, location bugs, NPC bugs, and so on. It's almost enough to make you wonder how Fallout's most devoted followers put up with it all. Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness. Kill Lara Croft and she will come back more powerful than you can imagine, unless she comes back in Angel of Darkness, Core Design's attempt at a gritty Tomb Raider title. Thanks to a rushed development schedule, which led to cut areas and shabby playtesting, Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness suffered from a number of different bugs. These include level-specific bugs, holding weapons in hand while climbing ladders, falling through gaps, and even shimmying on, well, nothing in the air. Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. Sonic the Hedgehog 2006, also known as Ow Ow Make It Stop, is the most infamous Sonic game of all time because it marked the occasion where Sega truly stopped giving a damn about the franchise. Sonic sticks to ceilings, oblivious to gravity. Sonic falls through walls, cracks, etc. Sonic's lip syncing is anything but in sync. Sonic doesn't want you to be happy. Ultima IX, Ascension. When you have 4 different versions of a game over its long development cycle, things are bound to go wrong. Such is the case with Origin's Ultima IX Ascension. What was meant to be the series' swan song instead became an unfinished, bug-riddled mess, which would break if you so much as did a series of objectives out of order. Collision detection issues and crashing aside, it stung all the more when Origin was shut down, leaving fans without any support for the numerous issues. Battlecruiser 3000 AD. Most gamers today won't know of Derek Smart, whose one claim to fame was posting lengthy rebuttals to criticisms online. However, Battlecruiser 3000 AD is perhaps his biggest black eye and a sizable one on the industry. After numerous delays, the game released with awful controls and an intuitive interface, which the numerous bugs only made worse. Destiny. Bungie's Destiny is incredibly popular, but it continues to be a buggy mess of sorts. In the beginning, it was full of various error codes and connection problems. That's not including the bug which gave rare items on decrypting legendary engrams. That too when the drop rate of legendaries was abysmal. Sadly, even when Bungie tries to fix bugs, it ends up breaking something else in the process. See numerous bugs popping up in the Vault of Glass final encounter. The Elder Scrolls V: Skyrim. The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim has to be one of the buggiest games released that still managed to be a blockbuster success, next to Bethesda's own Fallout series of course. Then again, some of these bugs were so hilarious that Bethesda actually left them in to the amusement of fans. So the next time you put a bucket on an NPC's head and go thieving, just say, "Working as intended" to yourself and have a nice day. SimCity 2013. At its core, SimCity 2013 made several changes to the established formula to miff fans. Many of those changes couldn't even be experienced at launch since Maxis opted to make the game always online. Due to server overloads, connection problems, and saving issues, most of the player base couldn't even access the game within its first week. Big Rigs Over-the-Road Racing. Stellarstone's Big Rigs Over-the-Road Racing is a game. Actually, it's tough to call it a game seeing as how it's just plain awful and non-functioning. The physics are considered to be, and this is saying it nicely, batshit crazy, while sound effects weren't even present at launch. And if you like what we're doing, go ahead and click that subscribe button. See you soon.